sponsor of World Archery. Turkish Sport Toto has one goal. Let the sport grow. Longines. With Longines, elegance is an attitude. Point. And easy. We'll be getting underway in just moments with our first match of the morning.
Coach, Italy coach.
Hello, everyone, and welcome from Yankton, South Dakota in the United States of America. It's time for the World Archery Indoor Championships, a once every 2-year event to crown world champions for the discipline of indoor archery, an 18-meter affair. An energetic crowd is on hand as we set the stage for junior recurve competition today. We have team and individual matches coming at you, where we'll award bronze, silver, and gold medals when this one is all done and dusted. And a fantastic arena set up here in Yankton as we take a look at what's on tap. We have those gold medal finals for team, and then we'll go to the individuals where we'll have bronze, gold for men and the women.
For the Recurve Junior Women's Team Gold Medal Final. Shooting on target number 2, the team of Italy, Tatiana Andreoli, Tania Giaccheri, Aiko Rolando. Here come their opponents. Please welcome the team of the Russian Federation. Aryuna Budyeva, Svetlana Gombayeva, Tatiana Plotnikova. Our World Archery judge for this match, Nina Herzeg. We will be getting underway under Director of Shooting Timing Control in just a moment. Russian Federation team on target number 1 for the shooting first.
Welcome everyone into the booth. I'm Greg White. Sitting alongside me is 3-time Olympian, including Olympic silver and bronze medal in 2000, Vic Wonderly. Vic, welcome to the booth.
Thank you, Greg.
We can take a look here at the Recurve Junior Women's Team matches, and you can see that Russia defeated the Ukraine, and Italy was able to get by Mexico as we start this match. Team matches, Vic, very unique in their format. Tell us about it.
It's the first to 5 points. They shoot sets, so each end is considered a set. They'll shoot 6 arrows, and whichever team has the highest score at the end of these 6 arrows will get 2 points for the win, 1 for a tie, and 0 for the loss.
Eight points to start.
8 points to start. You can see the clock ticking down the bottom left-hand part of your screen. 120 seconds for the teams to shoot these arrows. You've got to be able to manage this time, though, in halves. We'll talk more about that in a moment.
The team round's a very fast-paced event. There's not a lot of time. It's 20 seconds, essentially, per person for changing over on the line and shooting an arrow. So if you have a mistake and have to let down, it doesn't leave a lot of time.
Gomboyeva with just a quick release, so obviously choosing for the anchor person for that quick release. Now you can see that Russia has 62 seconds left on the clock as the clock is ticking and running for the Italian team.
There's 9.
Real close to the line there. We'll have to probably decide that when they get down there.
The fact that the arrow might be a 9 or 10 with the asterisk next to the digit on the scoreboard. There's that.
Good shot. Now this is set point scoring. Tell us how set points work.
So at the end of these next 3 arrows, they'll have a score out of a possible 60 points, and whichever team has a higher score will win 2 points. First to 5 wins. If they tie, they'll split the set and each take 1 point, 2 for the win, and 0 for the loss. First to 5.
Tatiana Plotnikova is the one who starts off 20 years old.
Another 9.
And there's Aryuna Budeeva, who will be shooting for the gold medal later on today.
14 seconds left.
Under 10. Quick release. Talked
shoot.
about that anchor. Yeah. Talked about that anchor. A nice quick release for Gomboyeva. Out of Russia. Gomboyeva, 19 years old. That looked like a good solid shot. Giaccheri from Italy. Now Rolando. Rolando, 15 years old.
Wow. Finished up perfect on that one. Take the set. So it's 2-0 Italy.
So as we have the judges now, we'll head down to the targets to confirm scoring, especially anything you see on the screen there that's an asterisk on it. They're going to double check that one as we have a good look at form. Now, Vic, you've been in this sport a long time and you've seen a lot of things. What are you seeing from some of these juniors that are coming up through the ranks now?
There's a lot of good shooters coming up, and like all young archers, they're doing some things great. Some of them are making some minor mistakes that they'll learn as they go. Some of them are getting their nerves worked out here on the first end a little bit. May settle down as the match progresses.
What an experience this must be for Guido Rolando from Italy, 15 years old. If you look at her resume on World Archery, there's not much to it at all. Actually, if you look at it, it's pretty blank. She had an 8.5 arrow average coming into this match so far in this 2018 World Archery Indoor Championships. So, at 15 years
You're
old,
shooting
did
first,
you experience
you're
anything
shooting
like
second. Ready?
I actually shot in the Junior World Championship and won it. My first one was an outdoors at 15 years old.
this? Wow, it's
So
amazing.
one of the younger ones in the bunch, and then it was only shooting against people under 18. Now they go up to under 21. So, so she's kind of shooting up a division nearly.
So 2 set points go to Italy, so they'll take the lead in this one, which means that the team from Russia will shoot first. Svetlana Gumbuyeva. Nailed it.
Right in the middle.
Nothing but net. So they've changed up their order a little bit.
That was kind of a lucky shot there. Well, I mean, they're all skill and good, but you see she held that a long time and kind of had a little bit of a hiccup in there, but she still managed to hold it good through the end.
Now Italy. Giacchieri. Good shot by Tanya, the 20-year-old. Do you think it's a bit easier in team competition if you're younger to have all the support around you? You have your other athletes and you have the coach in the box as well?
There's some people that it really kind of gives them that security blanket of having their team members there and puts them in their comfort zone more.
Yeah.
So it can make a big difference.
All right, so Russia starting off with 62 seconds on the clock. Just 2 seconds over halfway.
This is a pretty important set. It'll kind of set the mood for the next one. If Italy gets up 4-0, then they only need one to tie. So Russia really wants to tie or win this set to bring the game closer.
10-9 looks like a 10.
Smooth shot.
Yeah, smooth shot.
Lots of time on the clock for Russia.
You can hear a little from the coaches. Little time on the clock. I mean, there was 6 seconds remaining for the Russian team. That was a long hold at the end. So they're playing with the clock a little bit. Any miscue and it could spell disaster for Russia.
Yeah, you can see where if you have to let one down and cut yourself short of time, there's not much to work with there.
Brava, 10.
Solid shot.
Dai, Tanya.
Giacchieri, she just has this confidence rolling right now. 15-year-old Rolando.
Brava, ecco, va bene, va bene.
So 10 to win the set, 9 to tie, right?
Yep. Tatiana Andreoli. Wow. What a clutch shot under pressure.
And only about 4 or 5 seconds left on the clock. They're right in the 10 ring to take that set.
Yeah.
So now if I was in Italy's situation, I'd feel pretty comfortable and relaxed about this because all they have to do is tie one of the next two, win or tie one of the next 2 sets, and they win. However, if Russia takes the next 2 sets, then they can go into a shoot-off situation.
So the pressure's on for Russia to, again, this is for gold.
9.
All right, if you're just joining us, this is the junior women's team gold medal match for Recurve. Coming up after this will be the men. All right, so Tatiana Andreoli, 19
10,
years
9,
old,
10.
ranked 45th
10,
in the world.
10,
Here's
10.
a look at what we have seen from the Italians.
Please pull and
Vic,
score.
just good looking, draws anchor, and a good shot at the clicker.
Yeah, they got a good team and a good program there.
Good high five for the 15-year-old. So Italy right now in command of this match over Russia. Vic mentioned it, Russia's got to really do something, but a clutch shot from Andreoli from Italy, who comes into this round with a lot of wins in Recurve junior women's team competition in 2017, 2016, dating back all the way to 2014. Recurve junior at Nîmes won that for World Championship indoor. So a good, solid indoor shooter is Tatiana. But Russia will start out as they're behind in this match now, 4 set points to 0. Good shot.
Good start there.
Yep. Budieva with a 9. Here comes the anchor, Tatiana Platnikova.
She tends to hold a lot longer than her other teammates do.
Yeah, she does.
That seems to be her style a little bit, but typically you don't want to see somebody holding an excessive long time on this. Sometimes the longer they hold, the more danger they can get into.
Giacchieri. 9-8 liner on that one. Liner. And now Andreoli. Good shot. Russia starts with 61 seconds on the clock. Target is 18 meters away.
That is a 9-8 liner.
9-8 liner looks to be over on the 8 side. What size is that 10 ring, would you say?
It's about the size of a golf ball.
10.
A little larger for recurve shooters than it is for compound shooters. Compound 10 ring in World Archery is about the size of a penny. A U.S. penny, for those not in the United States.
Ooh, that was a pretty good finish there.
That was a really solid shot. All right, so now as we sit on a possible 56 for Russia.
So if they can get 2 10s and a 9 on this, hopefully.
Good start to this second end. A tie will win it for Italy. In team competition, we go to 5 set points.
Yeah, so actually I guess they get 2 9s and a 10, that would tie to win the set or win the game.
Wow. A lot of confidence from Italy when you have a 4-point set advantage.
So we just need narrow in the gold. We'll finish this match.
This for gold team.
There's 2 seconds on the clock.
Wow. With the clock winding down, you can see officially 1 second remained on that clock before the buzzer. That could have spelled complete disaster, but with set scoring system. So it looks to be that the Italian team will take gold in the Recurve Junior Women's Team event here at the 2018 World Archery Indoor Championships in Yankton, South Dakota in the United States. We'll wait for the official word as we see several asterisks down there on the score in the bottom part of your screen.
10.
Judge going to take a closer look.
10. 9. Okay, please. Outer. 10. 10. 9.
So, official scoring coming in. And we'll see those adjustments, but at this point I don't think there's any question of who was able to win this match.
I think it's settled.
There it is. So Italy will win 6 sets to 0 with a 57-59 score on the final end of competition for the Recurve Junior Women's Gold Medal match. Bronze went to the Ukraine, which was shot yesterday. Silver will go to the Russian Federation, and Italy will take the gold. What's interesting to me, Vic, after watching this match is even though these juniors in competition, it didn't seem like there was just a lot of nerves. There were no crazy shots out there that I saw, anything like that we would expect from juniors.
They did a good job of managing it. You know, you could see something a little bit here and there, but no more so than what you would expect from the seniors. So sometimes being young and bulletproof is good.
Yeah, really.
Now, I think we'll see some of these archers, especially some of the young Russian archers in the individual round later, won't we?
We certainly will. As a matter of fact, the 3 Russian archers who just finished in silver, all 3 of them will be competing for medals later on.
That'll be a nice advantage because they'll have had the opportunity to warm up in the competition venue here, and even though this round didn't go the way that they had probably hoped, they have that experience to take with them into the finals.
Here's a good look at the form and the shots of some of these Italian shooters.
Has a good smooth shot, good follow through.
What's going through your mind at this point of the shot?
Well, it depends. There can be a lot of things going through your mind.
the least amount, the better, right?
That could be the good thing or the problem. Depends on what you got running through there.
Well, there was the final shot that took gold for the Italian team.
There's definitely a lot of pressure when you're sitting there holding on to your last arrow to fire, and you know the weight of the team rests on it.
Now we're going to transition into our award ceremony, so you're going to be able to see all 3 teams.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the Recurve Junior Women's Team event. Medals will be presented by World Archery First Vice President Mario Scarcella. The athlete gifts will be presented by Riverfront Broadcasting General Manager Kurt Dykstra. Bronze medal representing Ukraine, Orsia Didic, Katerina Mazorchuk, Tatiana Naumova. Silver medal winners representing the Russian Federation: Alyona Budyeva, Svetlana Gomboyeva, Tatiana Plotnikova. Gold medal representing Italy: Tatiana Andreoli, Tanya Giacchieri, Aiko Rolando, Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem of Italy. Please give a warm round of applause to our athletes, ladies and gentlemen. Next up will be our Recurve Junior Men's Team Gold Medal match. So the action continues here in Yankton in just minutes.
All right, so congratulations to the Italian team on their gold medal, Tatiana Andreoli, Tanya Giacchirieri, and Aiko Rolando. And I'm Greg with Vic Wonderly, who is a 3-time Olympian, also won 44-time U.S. national champion. 44 national champions for you, Vic. Are those all in recurve?
No, they're in both compound and recurve, indoors, outdoors, field, and 3D. So I have a little bit of everything in there. I'm pretty well rounded, I guess, although I specialize in the Olympic-style recurve these days.
The perfect person to come in here and work with us in the booth as we take a look at the next match coming up. It's the Recurve Junior Men's Team Qualification. And you can see that Russia was the #1 qualifier with 1742, and that is the 3 archers that compete. They take their 3 individual scores, they combine them, and that's how we get the ranking as we get this set.
Shooting on target number 2, the team of Ukraine. Ivan Kozakar, Alexander Pansryuk, Roman Sheramet, and here come their opponents. Please welcome the team from the Islamic Republic of Iran. Sayed Abulfazi Hosseini, Kian Moradi, Reza Shabani. Competition conducted under the supervision of World Archery International judge Bjorn Stanby will be determining who will take the gold medal home and who will settle for silver here at the World Archery Indoor Championships in South Dakota, United States of America. As we're about to get underway, target 1, team of the Islamic Republic of Iran.
All right, so let's take a look at the brackets and how these teams got here. You have the Islamic Republic of Iran over Russia to get into this one, and the Ukraine was able to defeat the United States to get into this final match. You can see that the United States won the bronze medal yesterday here in Yankton. So here we go for the gold medal. It's the Ukraine versus the Islamic Republic of Iran. Starting up will be the Iranian shooters.
It's a good start.
Yep.
The first arrow can sometimes help set the pace for the team a little bit.
Right, so your anchor is going to be Abu Fazl, 14 years old. Shot.
Hit the spider, what we call the spider, little cross right in the middle of the target.
But of concern, I think, is going to be that time. Only 57 seconds remain for the Islamic Republic of Iran. So Iran's got to manage that clock now. Ukraine up. Some thicker arrows going on there.
Yeah, some archers choose to shoot the bigger aluminum arrows indoors, and some shoot the smaller carbon arrows out indoors. The carbon arrows can be used for indoors and outdoors, so sometimes they use them for both so they don't have to change their equipment over.
Very active crowd here. You can hear them cheering loudly in these team competitions. Good time management for the Ukrainian team now. Iran has really got to step it up in terms of their shot execution. Reza with a 9.
کیان چپ ثابت انگشتات باز نشه مواظب خط باش هوا فاز عقب‌تر باش بیا عقب بذار کامل خارج مرسی کیان مواظب خط برو
You can hear
ماشاءالله
Coach Pakzat giving instructions to his young archers.
چپ ثابت بنداز رو آرنج
Archery, like most places in the world, in Iran, is a growing sport.
ماشاءالله باریکلا
1 second remaining, so that was a close one.
Yeah, that's pretty tight.
Something that coach is going to have to coach him through, I think.
Well, they need to try to pick up the pace a little bit. You don't want to be stuck in that position. Ukraine, as you can see here, they manage their time very well, and they're actually working on a surplus of allotted time for the amount of arrows they have left.
That was Kosikari who led the way.
رضا رضا
Also the 9 for the set win. That was Roman Sheremet, who will take the first 2 set points for the Ukrainians. So Roman, 18 years old, had a 9.0 arrow average coming in. He was able to lock that one up. So good look at what's going on with the eyes of that shooter, do you think? Eye dominance issue, maybe?
It's hard to say, but that's a possibility. Sometimes if somebody has an eye dominance issue, crossing over, they may squint or close one eye, or it may just be the way they learned or were taught. Most archers you see will leave both eyes open while they shoot.
Let's talk about eye dominance for a second. When we say that, what are we saying with eye dominance?
So I guess it's which eye is your dominant eye, which eye takes over, which eye that you're sighting down the sight pin with. So if you are a right-handed archer, typically you, or if you're a right eye dominant person, typically you'll want to shoot right-handed, and if you're left eye dominant, typically you'll want to shoot left-handed. However, there are some that will cross over, and just because they learned a certain way, maybe they have to close one eye, like you saw there. But I'm not sure if that's the case or not here.
Yeah. Sometimes archers will wear a patch over their eye because, to foil the dominant eye.
Right.
We'll actually see more of that tomorrow when we get to Compound Monday, as we're entertaining you with Recurve Sunday here in Yankton, South Dakota. This is the 2018 World Archery Indoor Championships. And right now we are after the first end of competition for the Recurve Junior Men. This is the gold medal match between Ukraine and the Islamic Republic of Iran. As you can see, Iran in those dark shirts, Ukraine in the yellow jerseys. Now, the Ukraine leads 2-0, which means that Iran will start.
قوی کار کن قوی چپ ثابت جانم رضا ایکس
Great shot.
ماشاءالله کیان کیان قوی چپ ثابت مرسی 9 ساعته آره خوبه ماشاءالله آفر
So 9
بنداز رو آرنج چپ
for
ثابت
Kiyan.
مرسی 10 باریکلا همینه
Nice shot. Put the pressure on the Ukrainians.
اینجا همینا ببین فرمانش دیگه مثلا قوی نیست وای میسی اوکی درست خوشبخت
Saru, 15 years old, who just shot. Shermet with a 9.
برو ماشاءالله ماشاءالله رضا.
1 point difference so far, halfway through the set.
مثل تیر قبلی.
And
باریکلا.
Iran with more time on the clock than they had the first time. They started with 63 seconds.
ماشاءالله 10 باریکلا. جانم بزن. باریکلا. ماشاءالله کیام.
Yeah, Razor right now is on fire
آره
for
دالیه کی.
Iran.
باریکلا. ماشاءالله.
Yeah, with a 9,
جای قبلی.
just above that 10 line.
ماشاءالله ابوالفضل.
It only has to touch the line to count as the higher score, but I don't know that that one did.
شب ثابت. ماشاءالله. ماشاءالله.
Kind of see that on the release, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Abul Fazl, 14 years old, released with a 9. So 57 on the board for Iran. Another solid 10 for the leadoff shooter. That's his third 10 so far.
It's pretty fast and smooth with the rhythm of the team. It leaves them a little extra time, a little extra comfort there, so they're not under as much stress at the end. You know, so here we are, 31 seconds left, as opposed to 10 or 15 seconds left.
Yeah. When you have 3 quick pace shooters like that, it gives you a huge advantage. Beautiful. A 10 for the win. And that will take this one quickly to 4 set points to 0 for the Ukraine. I did have a chance, Vic, to speak with the coach and the young archers from the Islamic Republic of Iran, and I was asking them about, you know, the news. Would, if you guys could go home with a gold medal from Yankton, would it make news? And they said, yeah, we think so. You know, we definitely think that it would. You know, archery isn't as large as, say, you know, soccer or, you know, football, as most people call it around the world, but it's definitely gaining in popularity, and you can see it from the athletes that the Islamic Republic of Iran are really starting to put out in archery.
They shot great in the team round yesterday. They had a very close shoot-off. They tied, I think, with Russia, I believe, and had a shoot-off, and they both shot 28, so they had a very close match to advance into here. So they've had an exciting path here, and regardless of the outcome, they're going to go home with a medal today.
That was a good look at Coach Paxat, who I had a conversation with as well. He's a very active coach, you know, trying to keep his athletes on course. And you know, Coach Paxat told me that he understands what's at stake in terms of coaching these young athletes from Iran and what the future is. So not only is he trying to build good athletes now, but he's also understands he's trying to build a program for the future.
Yeah, a lot of these juniors that you see doing well now, those will be some of the adults we'll see succeeding later. It's the future of our sport.
So we're in a situation now where Iran really needs to take a win here to stay alive, or else even a tie and it's over.
Yeah, they got nothing to lose at this point. They have to really buckle down and make it happen. If Ukraine can just tie or win one of the next couple sets here, they'll take the match.
Good shot. Interesting way to anchor. He uses his thumb behind his neck. Have you seen that before?
Yeah, I've seen that some in some of Ukraine does that sometimes. Some of the other former Soviet states will do that. But it helps get the very solid anchor point. It's one of many methods.
So on the scoring right now, it's listed as a 29, but the first shot by Iran was a 9-10 liner, so there's an asterisk. So we'll have to wait to see what the judges call. That's no doubt in that mind there. That's a good solid 10. Just out the top. For Alexander. Good shot. Left hand part of the 10 ring. So
Tied halfway through the set.
exactly. Still with that first arrow from Iran as a 9 asterisk. So they've got to put them all in the 10 ring in this one to stay alive.
Depends what the other guys shoot. As long as there's one arrow left in the bow, anything can happen, and I have seen it happen.
Absolutely. See that thumb behind the neck?
That's a method Victor Rubin, former Olympic gold medalist, used. There was other great archers that used it before, but it's not as common of anchor point.
Abel Basel putting it in the 10 ring. With 6 seconds on the clock, so
pressure's on Ukraine at this point.
it is. The match is within their grasp.
9.
Okay.
We've seen some good shooting in the match up to this point. You know, we haven't seen a lot of big mistakes that can happen under the pressure, that these kids are really handling their composure well. Looks like he's hit that same hole all 3 shots. So
If it were me, I'd be on the clicker, adjusting the sight a little bit, but
yeah, you can move the side a little bit, put those in the middle, but he's been catching it.
so our anchor now, 18-year-old Ramon Sher.
Victory.
Ooh, close to the line.
So on our scoreboard, we have 57-57. So this one, we're going to listen to what the judges have to say on these calls, because these judge calls are going to be vital to determine if it's over with a 5-1 score if they do tie, or if Iran takes the win. Let's listen in.
Ten, 9, 10, 9, 10. Yes.
I think that was a 58.
That was. So that should boost Iran up to a 58. That second target. So this was the final shot. This was our anchor, Sheramet from the Ukraine. Pretty decent hole, a little shaken, and he takes a look at the screen. Off to the right of those archers and the left, we have big screens. So let's take a look at what the judges have to say on this one.
10, 9, 9, 9, 10, 10, 9, 9, 9, 10, 10.
So I think that's a 57.
That's a 57.
So it appears, if I heard that
9,
correctly, which I'm not positive,
10,
I think Iran may have taken that set.
10, 9, 9,
Wait, hold on.
9, 10, 10.
Okay, that's 29, 57.
If I had the targets correct, that is.
Yeah, so a little bit
Sure which one I was
going
looking
on
at.
down there with the, looks like perhaps a coach or a dad from the Ukraine. double check the
لب
targets.
کسی
That'd be
میزنی
probably the Archers representative, so it'd be one of the members of the team.
So the scores have been changed, and now Iran with a pulse. It's now 2 set points to 4 as we get that sorted out.
This match,
58-57.
This match is still going.
And yes, in archery, it is that close. It is that close, and it's up to the judge's discretion. If you punch a hole big enough in the target where they can't read it, so if they want to change targets, they can. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So
those arrows only have to touch the line to count as the higher score. They don't have to punch all the way through. They just have to touch the line.
So Iran, definitely the younger squad here, is you have 14, 15, and 16 years old being represented. On the Ukraine side, 18, 15, and 18. So in terms of years lived, experience, Iran, the younger team. Iran will start this one off.
قوی کار کنه ماشاءالله پسر ماشاءالله عالی
Good start.
کیان قوی
That is a good start.
No better start than that one.
5 more to go.
When we're at this point in the match, the closest to the center makes no difference. As long as it's touching that 10 ring, it's a 10.
There's 9 points.
ماشاءالله ابوفضل قوی ابوفضل باریکلا انداز زارن چپ ثابت
Whoa.
Saw a look of surprise on his face.
Wow. And a long hold, but very important. Only 54 seconds remain on the clock for the team from Iran.
It may be hard to see, but on the front of these bows, there's a thing that's called a clicker. They pull the arrow past it, it taps the bow, it makes a clicking sound, and these archers will let go the instant that hits. So they're trying to pull up to that. They don't let go until you see that clicker at the front of the riser go off.
You see it just below the bottom of his sight. Little piece, it goes off.
When it is, it's almost like a reflex that they just let go. So sometimes they're anticipating that, or pulling to try to cause that to go off to signal the release of the arrow.
Another important arrow right here. Wow, drops a 9.
برو ماشاءالله رضا
The pace has got to pick up for
سه تا تیر خوب بچه‌ها تایم
the team
پایین
from Iran.
اساس نگیره
46
راحت
seconds
برو
on the clock for 3
همه چی
shooters.
عالیه ماشاءالله
And this is where you can, under this kind of pressure, start dropping points when it's so critical to stay alive in this match.
کیان چپ ثابت
Under
قوی،
30
تیر خوب.
seconds now for 2 shooters.
ابوالفضل عقب. ابوالفضل عقب. چپ ثابت ماشاءالله 10
Good shot. Now 15 on the clock.
عالی ابوالفضل راحت
Fazl,
10 ثانیه برو بالا بنداز رو آرنج
6.
Gets
it off.
10
Okay.
ماشاءالله
So this is going to be really tight here. So it looks like Ukraine has to shoot a perfect 30 to tie. If they lose this set, it will force a shoot off.
Wow, goosebumps from this crowd. You can hear the cheers. Only 2 more 10s for Ukraine to take gold, or we go into a shoot-off.
There's a 9.
All right.
It looks like we're looking at a shoot-off situation.
In the set point system, already hugs around from Iran. We can see from our commentating position.
ماشاءالله پسرا
Actually, the score they just shot, 29 points, that's a reasonable score of what I would expect out of it. But Iran just really stepped up to the plate and shot a good end that time.
Hats off to the 14-year-old from Iran, Abul Fazl, who really stepped up there that last shot with time running down. He was able to get it done. Look at our first shooter in line for Iran. And this was that shot. Abul Fazl.
Target 2.
Those are the type of shots when you don't know if they're going to hit the middle or going to miss the bail. Sometimes if it scratches wrong on the end of the clicker and you kind of flinch and anticipating that, it's a fine line between shooting it in the 10 ring and shooting it off the paper.
And the reason why you're seeing smiles is because, like we mentioned, downrange to the left or the right side of the target, we have big screens, and so what you're seeing at home is exactly what the archers are seeing. So the team from the Islamic Republic of Iran was actually watching that replay as you were, and so they saw the finger movement, the look on the face of Abul Fazl when he released that, and what an incredible 10 to keep the team alive. So this is what you hope for in archery, to see these set points tied and to go to the shoot-off. All right, so what's the shoot-off look like, Vic?
So they'll have, I believe, 1 minute to shoot an arrow each, and it will go first off of score, and then if the score is tied, it will be which arrow is closest to the middle between the two teams.
So score first, closest to the middle second. And the officials down on the target for World Archery are resetting brand new targets, and we do that because
they want to be able to make good line calls. They want to make sure that that they can measure these arrows, because they have to be able to determine if it's within 2 millimeters or not of the closest to the middle. If it's less than 2 millimeters, sometimes they'll reshoot it.
So the targets are going to be set.
And these shoot-offs, with the time that they have on that, there is very little time for a mistake or to let down. We haven't seen any of that today, but sometimes somebody will have a mistake or the clicker will go off too early and they want to let down and start over. But with 1 minute, it really can put you in a crunch and risk not getting the last arrow off if they're forced into a situation like that. So speed and smoothness is important in this shoot-off format.
And of course you can see that the targets go from vertical to horizontal in this case.
When they have a shoot-off in the individual round, they always shoot the middle target for their shoot-off arrow, and in the team round, they'll set the target horizontal for this. These guys know that everything rests on this one arrow. The one arrow that's in their bow, the one arrow they can contribute. Sometimes people really step up and nail it, and sometimes you can see the pressure take place too.
Under the spotlight, the 2018 World Archery Indoor Championships, going for gold in the Recurve Junior Men's team, and pumping through the speakers the sound of a heartbeat. Here we go. Islamic Republic of Iran starts off. Nate, and a look at grimace.
That gives Ukraine a little breathing room, not much.
Ivan with a good shot.
Now we got a 2-point deficit with 2 arrows.
Gihan. Didn't like that release. Kind of jumped through it.
Seeing the pressure start to take place here.
Wow. Alexander with
That turns things around in a hurry. Now we're at a 1-point difference. 1 arrow to go.
lucky he caught that line.
All
right, so 8-9 liner, but definitely breaking that line.
So if Ukraine shoots a 10, I think it goes to whichever one has a single arrow closest to the middle.
18-year-old Roman Sherm at the anchor has it all in his hands right now.
And draw
What an incredible comeback from 4 sets to 0. The Islamic Republic of Iran junior team will take victory. Incredible.
That is a huge medal for them in their country. The Recurve program is young and growing, and as just as their archers are. So maybe we'll be seeing more of them in the future.
Amazing win for Iran. They will take gold here in Yankton, South Dakota, after clawing their way back from what seemed to be an insurmountable deficit. But Vic, you said it during the match. This is archery, and anything can happen.
As long as there's arrows left in the bow, I've seen amazing things happen. I've seen people miss the target, the next person turn around and miss the target too. I've seen them go and never miss the 10 ring. We shot against Ukraine in the team round yesterday, and they only shot 1-9 out of 24 arrows against us. So you can see it on both ends sometimes. That pressure can have an effect. To bring out the best, and it can bring out the worst too.
So hopefully for the young archer from the Ukraine, Alexander Platsiru, he's 15 years old. Hopefully he's not going to linger on that 6 that he shot there. You know, it's a team effort all the way through in team competition, and that 6 definitely was a tough one, but it really didn't. One shot doesn't define the match.
No, I mean, that was already to a shoot-off at that point, which means that they had, essentially equaled each other up to that point as far as the set system goes. So these teams were fairly even matched today, which creates more excitement for us watching here in the booth.
Definitely does, and more excitement for you at home. As we get set to transition into our award ceremony, as we're doing something a little different this year for World Archery, the Indoor Championships. As we get this team rounds done, quickly followed by the award ceremony. And still on deck for us in this broadcast with Vic Wonderly, who's joining me in the booth. Coming up after our award ceremony, we're going to have the Recurve Junior Women's bronze medal matches and gold medal matches. And then we'll have the Recurve Junior Men's bronze. And then to wrap things up for this morning session here in the United States, as we are sitting at about 10:31 in the morning, we will have the Recurve Junior Men's gold medal match. Good look at the shots fired by the Islamic Republic of Iran during our shoot-off against the Ukraine. There's a couple shots from Abul Fazl that just didn't feel it. He definitely didn't feel it, but he delivered in the end.
Yeah, you can tell sometimes by the look on their face, and as an archer, when you shoot that arrow, when you shoot a good one, a lot of times before that arrow ever hits the target, you got a pretty good idea of where it's going. And sometimes when you have one that slips and gets away from you and you're holding your breath on it, you can see that in their faces as well.
Now on deck, it's time for the Recurve Junior Men team ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, victory ceremony for the Recurve Junior Men's teams. Medals will be presented by World Archery Secretary General Tom Dielan. And the gifts will be presented by the Mayor of the City of Yankton, Jacob Hoffner. Bronze medal representing the United States of America. Trenton Coles. Adam Height. Seth McVerter. Silver medal representing Ukraine. Ivan Kozakar. Alexander Pansyr. Roman Sherman. Gold medal representing the Islamic Republic of Iran. Syed Abulfazi Hosseini. Kiryan Moradi. Reza Shabani. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem of the Islamic Republic of Iran. Please give a warm round of applause to our athletes, ladies and gentlemen.
Before we get any deeper into this tournament, let's talk about where we are. Yankton, South Dakota. For many, Yankton might not be at the top of your list for great archery places to visit, but maybe, just maybe, it should be. Here is the NFAA Foundation President Bruce Cull with more.
We built this facility in 2008, actually opened in 2009. The reason it's here is simply I was the president of our association. I grew up and lived here, and that's probably what actually started it. But our organization for years had been looking at somewhere centrally located, and South Dakota's in the center of the United States, so that was part of it. And then South Dakota's been very well known for economic development, and our governor's office and several entities and partnerships were formed to get the building here, and it kind of, the stars kind of aligned. Then the end of the vision, I guess, was when Easton came along and said, hey, if you're building your headquarters there, why don't we add a range? So we added the range, and it started as just an 18-meter, 20-yard range, and then a few years later turned into what you can see here, which is a 90-meter range. This is a 25,000 square foot addition that we just completed that's a little bit bigger than the old one. And we're able to, of course, host this tournament. That was the real impetus to get it done. We've got between 300 and 400 total, representing 33 countries, I believe. And for an indoor, it's the middle of February here. We actually have pretty nice weather, so everything's working well. It is an archery center when we need it, but it's kind of like a church. You need it Sunday for for an hour, and then the rest of the week you look at other things to do with it, you know, and we use it for everything, training, multiple use, everything we can.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the athletes to the field for the Recurve Junior Women's Bronze Medal match. Shooting on target number 2, representing Mexico, Sandra Vanessa Garza. Shooting for the bronze medal, representing Russia, Tatiana Plotnikova. Set play conducted under the supervision of World Archery International Judge David Catalog.
All right, so there our Recurve Junior Women's Bronze Medal is set. And here's a look at how they got to where they are standing right now as Tatiana Plotnikova worked her way into this bronze medal match against Sandra Garza from Mexico. And of course, we'll have the gold medal following. So as we get things started, it looks like Plotnikova will start things off in this match.
Можно.
Opening arrows at 9.
All right, so Vic Wonderly is here with me, and as we get through this match, Vic,
9 points.
the set scoring system is different from the teams that we saw.
Yeah, so here it's to 6 points. First person to 6 points will win. 2 points for if you win the set, 1 point if you tie the set, and 0 points if you lose the set. The set consists of 3 arrows.
Надо, увереннее, просто сделай уверенный выстрел, и все. Молодец.
Good shot by Tatiana.
Нажимай, ну что ты, ползаешь в угол.
Good answer. All right, so we're sitting right now at 28, but with Garza, she has a 9 asterisk on her middle arrow. Now, Vic, let's get into this really quickly. So, a couple things at play. I think number one is that we've seen Tatiana Plotnikova shoot just a few moments ago in the gold medal match for the Recurve Junior Women's team. There is no place to practice that matches the lighting here. Do you think that that's a bit of an advantage for her from a nerve standpoint, from a sight picture standpoint, those types of things?
I think it is. I think it is a good help and a good advantage to be able to shoot on that stage in that same place that you'll shoot your finals match. If nothing else, I think it helps give you a chance to get those nerves worked out. And because instead of having your very first shot on the field, you've had several warm-up practice shots.
Replay of Sandra Garza. A little bit of a hat tip when she was getting to full draw. How'd that look? That looks smooth to you?
Looked reasonably well. See also there she's got the flags on her cheeks.
Yeah. Full spirit for her country, and it looks like Garza, that 9 asterisk turns into a 10, so 29 points for her. So now 2 sets to 0, and Tatiana Plotnikova will start us off, as the archer behind always starts off.
Первый выстрел самый уверенный должна сделать, и все пойдет дальше нормально. Можно. Держать до конца. 6, 5, 4.
9 points.
9 points.
The coach counting down.
Опять зажимаешь. Ну раскройся ты.
It's 20 seconds to shoot 1 arrow. It's not a lot of time.
Hand movement.
9 points.
она боится больше, чем ты. Сдерживай.
That one was a little rough for her. You could see, kind of see that little hiccup in the middle of everything, but not enough time to let down and start over.
Здесь страшнее больше, чем тебе, я тебе говорю. Сделай
Seemed
уверенно.
like a quick shot.
Можно, давай.
So now
Сразу
with
мушку
2
ставь и
set points on the
отнеси.
line, we're looking all tied up.
Just out, 9 points.
Okay, so for Garza, a 10, move her to 4 set points.
Close on the line. 10-9 or 9-8 line there, so
So
I
as it
think
sits,
it may have caught, but we'll see what the judges have to say. It's hard to see from back here.
they didn't asterisk it
9, 8,
for
9.
Garza. So 989 confirmed for
8,
Plotnikov.
9.
So you see the pressure of these matches sometimes makes it a little difficult. The scores on that end were a little lower than what I would typically expect to see. I would expect to see these archers averaging, I'm not sure what they did in the qualification round, but I would say a 29, 28, 30, you know, throwing in a 30 here and there is probably a, what you would expect on an average situation without the pressure of the finals.
So scores confirmed, 26 points apiece. So it's now 1 set point to 3 set points. Replay of Plotnikova.
Соберись, соберись, Стань. Заходим.
This is that. Oh, you can see the
Вон,
flinch
пацаны
there.
вас
Yep,
тебя
yep.
поддерживают, и всё.
I think normally she probably would have let that down, but in this round there's just not time to do that, so you have to kind of force your way through it once it's on its way.
Plotnikova starts us off.
Пять, 4, 3.
10 points.
She tends to hold name a long time, which burns a little bit extra energy in this game.
9.
Увереннее, увереннее. Мушку прям упирай и от нее тащи. Не зажимайся. Держать и тащи.
10.
Молодец.
Solid shot now. Has Plotnikova really found her rhythm?
8.
Mexican archer started out on the middle target and then going to the top. You don't see that too often. Usually archers start at the top and work their way down, or at the bottom and work their way up.
Тянуть, тянуть.
10, 9 line.
There's a 10. There's a 10. That takes that set.
You mentioned it. 30 points.
Can't beat a 30.
That's right.
You can tie it, but you can't beat it. So here we are, tied up, 3-3.
A little adjustment for Garza on their site. So 3 set points apiece. First to 6 wins. If we go 5-5, for some reason,
8, 9.
we go to
And it's an
a
8.
tiebreak.
Then we'll go to a shoot-off. So at 3-3, that means we're going to shoot at least 2 more sets before this match is settled. But if they tie at 5-5, then it's 1 arrow closest to the middle.
Now we see Tatiana Plotnikov down there without an arrow, just kind of pulling her bow back. What do you think is going on down there when you see that?
She's probably trying to loosen up and trying to get the feel of things a little bit, and you know, just try to gain that feeling back, a little mental imagery maybe.
Well, this is our #1 qualifier. She qualified with a 583. Did Tatiana Plotnikov. That one looked a lot smoother than when she had the yips earlier on. Back to live action.
Не от мушки работай. Тянуть, тянуть. 5, 4.
That's just out.
Looks like an 8.
Could be touching the 9 line.
Готов по восьмерку стрелять?
Solid shot.
Давай, наглей, просто наглей, стреляй.
Cheering section erupts.
Не зажимайся ты.
So if she had a 583 in the qualification round, that's just slightly better than a 10-10-9 average.
Different stage though here, isn't it?
It's a lot different shooting in the qualification round. It's a little more relaxed.
Sandra Garza rising to the occasion in this end.
Не зажимайся.
Solid shot.
Just caught the edge of the cross, or as we say, the spider.
Spider. Right in the middle. So a 9 takes that set. So now set points go 5-3 in favor of the Mexican archer. So Sandra Garza really happy with that shooting.
So if the Mexican archer can at least tie this next set, she will win. However, if the Russian archer wins, then they will force a shoot-off.
Replay. Garza looks good, good form, good follow through, and a big smile.
She's happy with that.
This is for the bronze medal. We're looking at the Recurve Junior Women. It's the #1 qualifier, Tatiana Platnikova from Russia, versus Sandra Garza, our 14th place qualifier from Mexico. And you've seen Platnikova earlier on, 20 years old. She's a student from Chita, Russia. Sandra Garza, 17 years old and new to the World Archery stage.
I watched her smiling and laughing there, and they handed her arrows, and all of a sudden her face went blank again, and you can tell she was back to business.
Game face.
Надо, просто надо.
Platnikova.
Держать от мушки работает.
A lot of shaking in that hold. Down 3 set points to 5.
There's a certain amount of shakes that are going to happen sometimes whether you want to or not. And usually in the pressure of the finals, sometimes there's a little bit more, so you just kind of have to work your way through it and make the best shot regardless. The sight pin doesn't always hold still right on the middle. Sometimes it bounces around a little bit.
You are not kidding.
Они мушку фиксируют до конца. Солнце плавает.
Wow, quick shot too from Sandra.
Давай, твоя нижняя мишень, любимая.
Platnikov needing a 10 here to put the pressure on.
There it is.
Platnikova. Good shot by Tatiana.
That's enough to tie the set.
So there you go.
6-4 in a closely contested match.
So we'll see. That's a 9 asterisk.
Oh,
so
we may have to wait here on the line call. I may have got ahead of us. We may see what the judges verify at the target.
That's a 10, 9, and a 10.
Wow.
That sounds like she got it.
It's a 10,
Tatiana
it's a
Platnikova.
9, it's a 9.
So life still.
Okay.
So it looks like that'll change it to 5-5.
I think so.
Or no, it'll change it
Where
to.
are we at?
Yeah, it should
Yeah,
go 5-5.
I think that's 5-5.
So we're gonna
I
go
think
to
we
a
got
shoot-off.
another shoot-off.
That's right.
These shoot-offs, that's about as much pressure as you can get, and the hardest thing you have in one of these competitions. It's one arrow closest to the middle, so you can shoot a 10. We actually saw Mary Ham in the earlier round shot an inside-out 10 that touched the edge of the cross, the edge of the spider, and lost because the other girl completely hit the spider. It was unbelievable. So sometimes you can shoot really well. Sometimes there's a big difference between them.
Interesting what just happened, Vic, as both archers were just aggressively going to the line. I think they wanted to just get those arrows out, but they've got to wait now. They've got to wait behind the line as the new targets are hung. In this particular case, because you have to shoot the middle target, they hang it, vertically and in a normal sight picture as opposed to our team competition. They flipped it over on the side because everyone shoots the middle target. So we're all tied up. Listen, folks, if you're sitting at home right now watching this live stream on your computer, give your little iced tea a stir because we're getting ready to put a bronze medal around one of these archers next. Could be closest to the center if they can both. Well, it doesn't really matter, does it? It's closest to the center.
Closest to the center. If it's within 2 millimeters, they'll reshoot it, but that doesn't happen too often. So one of them's going home with bronze, and one of them's going home empty-handed.
17 years old, Sandra Garza from Mexico. Has a clean slate in World Archery, as opposed to Tatiana Platnikova, 20 years old. Has won a couple matches in team competition.
Воля и дух. Соберись, пропусти все, что у тебя есть.
Hearts are pounding here in Yankton. Here we go.
Сразу изначально воткни ее. И от нее работа от левой. Три, два, один, стреляй! Что ты стоишь? А как так дала-то?
Need essentially a 7 or better, so.
And there it is. For the bronze medal, Sandra Garza from Mexico will take it. Boy, that was a bit, I kind of wonder if Platnikova's coach was a little late on those calls. I mean, he didn't call her down till 3 seconds.
My guess is it's probably something they've rehearsed. They probably had hoped that she would shoot it before that time, but but it was late in the countdown when they joined in, and it looked like she kind of had to force the shot right at the end to avoid getting caught by the clock. It's a fine line on the end of the clicker sometimes, whether that shot goes in the middle or whether that shot goes in the 6th ring. Technically it's not a big difference between the two.
So Tatiana Platnikova, you can see the disappointment on her face as she will finish 4th here at the 2018 World Archery Indoor Championships in Yankton, South Dakota at the NFAA Easton Yankton Archery Center. So these archers will clear the way for the next of our competitors. Because coming up here in just a matter of moments is the Recurve Junior Women's Gold Medal Match. So, pretty impressive, I think, what we've seen so far. A bit of a heartbreak, as we have definitely seen those heartbreak moments. But this woman right here from Mexico was able to pull it off.
Yeah, I guess essentially prevents a Russian sweep of 1st, 2nd, 3rd. We'll definitely see a Russian winning a gold and silver medal here coming up, and Mexico took the bronze.
So a great smile from Garza as she takes bronze, and we'll have an opportunity to stand on the podium back in this arena coming up a little later on. But you're right, as we take a look ahead at the Recurve Junior Women's Gold Medal match, it has been Russia. I mean, all 3 of their athletes that they brought here were in contention for medals, as Tatiana Platnikova falls short in the shoot-off. Swimming, we call that, because she shot it in the blue.
That's right.
Definitely don't want to be swimming when it comes to archery.
One thing I've noticed.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the athletes to the field of play for the Recurve Junior Women's Gold Medal Final here in South Dakota. Shooting on target number 2, representing the Russian Federation, Svetlana Gomboeva. And her opponent, Shooting on target number 1, representing the Russian Federation, Aryuna Budyeva. Set play conducted under the supervision of World
So here we go,
Archery
the Recurve
International
Junior
Judge
Women's Gold Medal
Garmina
match. As we can
Garcia
see the
will
teammates
decide
from
who will take
Russia
home the gold, who will settle for silver
dominated the team,
here at the Yankton
dominated this
2018
tournament really with team
World
competition
Archery.
in gold, as well as being able to set themselves up for bronze, silver, and gold in this one. As we take a look at the brackets on how these archers were able to move their way into the final, as we have Gumboyeva against Budyeva. So Aryuna Budyeva was our 5th place qualifier, and Svetlana Gumboyeva our 10th place qualifier. And we'll start off with Aryuna. Oh,
That's a good start.
wow.
Sometimes you see a different dynamic when you're shooting against your teammates in these things. Typically, you'll have less crowd noise because you're not rooting against a different country. Everybody's, on the same country. But there's also individual dynamics. These people have undoubtedly shot against each other many times before.
8 points.
Following up with an 8.
Aryuna, mușcă de cansa.
10 points.
So they may have that history of matches that they've shot at home in practice to overcome or to lead them into this.
9. 27 points on the board for Budyeva. 10, 10, 10.
Wow, what a way to start off. That is nothing better than the 30 points to put pressure on. So a little coaching going on. This is Svetlana Gumboyeva, 19 years old, shot that perfect 30 as we take a look at Aryuna Budyeva getting some coaching. Can that help, Vic? Having a coach in the coach's box who's actually your coach? If you're have something going wrong with form.
It can help. At this point, typically they're just trying to manage their head, their mental game, their nerves. Sometimes if there's something technical, but typically just trying to keep them in a good mental state to where they're able to do their best and not let their mind get in the way. Having that comfort, or sometimes having the wise word from the coach at the proper time, can change your thought process and give you the motivation to go out there and perform your best.
Svetlana Gumboyeva, 2 set points over Budyeva. Gold medal match. The winner stands on top of the podium. And the loser for silver. Shot, she's stroking that middle target right now.
Matches with the 10.
Отлично, 10 уже сверху.
Svetlana looks really confident right now.
10.
Another 10.
Хорошо. Вот так, не торопись.
9, just out.
Нормально.
Withdraw.
Oh, she hits the top of the spider.
Good shot.
Технично. Свободно.
We're seeing some great shooting here between these two archers.
No doubt about it. So for Svetlana, she actually has a 9-10 liner, so a 9 asterisk, so we'll wait for the judges. Although, even with that 9 that she shot in the middle for sure, set points will be split at 2 apiece. So we'll see what we hear from the judges.
I've noticed since I've been here in Yankton, they have had a lot of support from the community around here. A lot of people, a lot of volunteers that have really done an excellent job making this a wonderful event for the world to see.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. And if you're an archer and you're wondering, should I come up to Yankton, South Dakota? If you ever have the chance to, this is an absolute archer's haven. It's a mecca for archery. There's 3 full field courses here, 28 targets apiece. There's 3 of those. There's full 3D area where you can shoot. Of course, you can shoot up to 90 meters indoor in the center that we're in right now. And there's massive fields where you can shoot, outdoor all you want. There's a good look at what it looks like from the outside here in the winter. But this is one of the most spectacular places to come if you're an archer and you want to just shoot until your heart's content. All right, back to live action in the Recurve Junior Women's Gold Medal match. 2 Russian teammates going after each other. Here we go.
9,
Just out to the right for Budieva.
10.
10. Верхний габарит.
Svetlana's hitting 10s. They're just kind of painting around the outside edges.
Yeah. Only has to touch the line, though.
Yep, that's all that matters.
Just missed on that one. Very close.
All tied up.
1 arrow left in the set.
Oh, that's a heartbreak. Could be. Anything can happen here.
10 to win, 9 to tie the set. And you see the difference between that? Hers is only maybe 2 millimeters closer than the other arrow, but hers touched the line.
And that's the difference. So we do have for Budieva a 9-10 liner, I think, or is that the 9-8 liner?
Probably 9-10, I believe.
9-10, yeah, because you always go lowest value. So we'll see what that call is.
10, 9, 10. Okay.
Трансляция очень хорошая.
Scores are confirmed. 9-10-9. So it goes to 2 set points to 4 set points in favor of Svetlana. Here's a replay of that final shot by Svetlana.
Very dynamic. Very dynamic.
Vic, if you're shooting around the edges like this, does it ever make you nervous that you're so close to hitting a 9?
Sometimes it's like basketball. Sometimes they're all swishes. Sometimes they're hitting the back of the rim, but you can see here. I mean, she definitely caught the middle on that one.
There we go. Moving closer to the center for Svetlana.
Ideally, you want to have your sight centered and be hitting the middle, and it gives you more room for error on your misses.
10 points.
Okay.
Those girls came to play.
Beautiful shot.
Tied up with perfect scores for the set. 1 arrow left.
Pressure's on right now. Ariuna. A beautiful under pressure.
Perfect 30. Needs a 10 to match.
How quickly the pressure shifts. Just outside. Wow. So a draw so far. 4 set points to 4 set points. And look at Budieva, just looking calm, cool, and collected, like it's just another day at the office. And we know it's not.
So everything will be decided here in this next set, unless they tie, in which case we'll go to a shoot-off. Sometimes when teammates are shooting against each other like this, in some cases they'll relax a little bit more and allow themselves to shoot better like they would in practice, because they've practiced it more. They've practiced those matches against each other before they come here. So they may be slightly more relaxed here than they would be shooting against somebody else, but their scores are certainly showing a high level of performance here. This is the type of match you want to see for a gold medal.
a solid 10. The 19-year-old from Moscow putting the pressure on her teammate. Svetlana hangs it a little high.
Да, сверху чуть-чуть не
Good
касается.
shot. Both archers 19 years old.
9.
There's a 9.
There's the sight adjustment
Обе на 2 часа.
from Svetlana.
She shot through the shakes to hit a 10 to finish this match up in good fashion.
Incredible.
And also finished with a 10.
How about that? What a comeback from Aryuna Budieva to take the victory and the gold medal in the Recurve Junior Women's. And she knew what was at stake the last time she pulled that bow back, and she did. She fought through those nerves and was able to put it in the 10 ring.
Ты могла в это поверить?
Sometimes you just got to shoot between the shakes.
How tough is it to beat your teammate, though? You know?
And sometimes it depends how much you like them or hate them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, just because it says the same country on your jacket doesn't mean you're in love, right? But you can tell that these two shooters have a lot of affection for each other. As Aryuna Budieva will take gold here, and the silver will go to Svetlana Gumboyeva. So we will see those archers a little later on when we get to our ceremonies. So that was something else, I think, Vic. Vic Wonderly, of course, joining me here in the booth as we're taking a look at, this is Recurve Sunday in Yankton, South Dakota, and it's junior recurve time. So we've seen team competitions. We've seen bronze and gold medal matches for the women. As coming up on deck, we're going to have the bronze medal and gold medal matches for the junior men, where we have actually someone from the United States competing against Ukraine, and then we'll have a Turkish-Ukrainian gold medal match. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from this match, Vic. And what are you seeing here? I mean, just great shooting by these young ladies.
Yeah, I mean, that shot looked pretty smooth, technically very good. He's very smooth and fluid. Sometimes you can see when there's a little bit of hiccup or a little bit of shaking going on or something out of place, but when they're relaxed and smooth, that's going to give them the best chance of putting that arrow in the middle. You see her eyes after that went straight to the screen to see where the arrow hit. When you're at home, you don't pay much attention to that, or they look back towards the coach. But sometimes they get out of routine here and they see that big screen, and the first thing they do, they want to look up there at the TV monitor and see where that arrow went.
Victory ceremony for the Recurve Junior Women's event.
There's some of the U.S. teams sitting there in the crowd.
Medals will be presented by the Governor of the State of South Dakota, Dennis Dugard. Gifts will be presented by Big Frig Production Manager, Mickey Hutchinson. Bronze medal representing Mexico, Sandra Vanessa Garza. Silver medal representing the Russian Federation, Svetlana Gomboyeva. gold medal, representing the Russian Federation. Aryuna Budaeva. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem of the Russian Federation. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm round of applause to our athletes. Bronze medal match action for the Recurve Junior men right here.
So good, great awards ceremony there, and of course the young archers not knowing picture time. Gotta stop and get that picture for online forever to live on the internet. So 3 names of archers that you're going to hear from in years to come. 19 years old, your winner, and she's got a brilliant future ahead in the sport of archery. You know, you can always check out World Archery all over social media at World Archery on Instagram, on Twitter, very active on Facebook as well, where you'll see great stories, pictures, and videos. So make sure you follow us on all of our social media platforms, get connected with us, and hey, you know, take a picture of yourself practicing with your archery and make sure you tag in World Archery. Oftentimes you'll get a nice like or a thumbs up or a little heart on Instagram or something. So make sure you do that on social media.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the athletes to the field for the Recurve Junior Men's Bronze Medal Match. Shooting on target number 2 for the bronze medal, representing Ukraine, Alexander Pansryu. And his opponent, shooting for the bronze medal, representing the United States of America, Adam Height.
So there you go, an American in this bronze medal match for the Recurve Junior men. Adam Height representing the United States, and of course we are in the United States, and the U.S. team is here to cheer him on. Let's take a look at how these archers got to where they are, sitting in this bronze medal match. You can see Adam Height in the top part of your screen, where against Menegazos, who represented Turkey in the Olympics in 2016, and he faltered there to get him in the bronze medal match. Alexander worked his way through the field, having to shoot against his teammate early on in the match. Now, It looks like that Adam Height is going to start us off.
Adam opens with 9.
Last time we saw the Ukrainian shoot, he shot a 6 in the team medal match, and we talked about short-term memory. You gotta have it, and he does. As Alexander starts off with a 10.
Нічого, нормально, тільки потужніше, не сумніватися.
Quick shot from Adam Height.
Just catching the 10 line there.
No question about that. Set point victory.
Давай подивимось.
Pansaru.
Напевно, давай. Да.
Even if that 9-liner for Adam Height is scored as a 10, the set points will go to Alexander.
Yeah, it doesn't make any difference at this point if that one's in or out. The set's the same.
10,
My guess
9,
is I
10.
think it touched, but we'll see. It's kind of hard to call from back here. That's why they have the judges up there at the target with the magnifying glasses.
That's right. So for Adam, score goes to a 10. That's more for, at this point for Adam, in that particular set, it's more for yourself, okay? I'm getting closer to the 10. You know, I hit a 10, it's at the top. Now you got to keep it going.
Yeah, usually when I'm in that situation and you're down and you know you're not going to win the set, I'm just trying to look to get comfortable, maybe to get my sight set, you know, zeroed in a little bit better if I can, and just try to prepare mentally for the next set at that point.
What a great replay of the Ukrainian archer. Adam Height kicks us off.
Подихай.
8 points.
We'll miscue in the opposite direction. He'll grab some clicks.
Не пригальмовуй.
Very close to line there. It's a good shot.
Alexander grabbed a click or two on his sight.
9 points, just out of 10 from this end.
Adam again with another adjustment, so with this different lighting conditions, he's trying to dial in.
Get used to shooting here in the finals venue.
Нічого, там нормально.
No warm-ups, just jump in and start shooting.
Відхекайся.
There it is. Click, click, click. He finds the middle.
10 to win the set, 9 to tie. There's a 9.
9 to tie.
Вліво покрути, але чому? Ти вже почав не спинкою отут.
Of course, that's pending the line call that they have to determine the target.
Yep.
Уважно, будь
Let's
ласка.
listen to the judge's call.
9, 8, 10.
Okay, so 9, 8, 10 for Adam Height, as we expected, 27.
Nine, 10, 9.
Ooh,
There you
so
go.
that's changed
So
to a 10.
So that puts us to 4-0.
That puts us to 4-0, just like that, for the Ukrainian archer, Pansaru. So Alexander shoots a 28, Adam Height's 27. You'll see the scores adjusted as the call will come back to the officials' table.
Да-да, нижню мішень.
There's the change. So now it's 0 set points to 4 in the Recurve Junior Men's Bronze Medal match here at the 2018 World Archery Indoor Championship in Yankton, South Dakota in the United States, as we are in a fantastic facility here, the NFA Easton Yankton Archery Center. Adam Height,
Давай, Саня, і
our
працювати.
first to shoot once again.
Віддишись. Отак, молодець.
He's dialed in now.
Ваня, не зацілюватися, тягнути. Добре. Добре,
Wow.
все добре.
Going back and forth in this
Віддихайся.
one. It's a boxing match.
Open the doors. A little room there. Not much.
І впевнено, від початку до кінця.
10 to win bronze. There it is. Redemption from the team rounds for Alexander
Давай.
Pansuru
Молодець.
from the Ukraine.
Молодець.
Will take the bronze medal and doing it in fine style with a solid 30.
That's the way you want to finish up.
So for Adam Height, unfortunately, just didn't have it quite the sight set in, I think, in the rhythm early on with the experience on this 18-meter range for the Ukrainian. I think that helped quite a bit. He was already sighted in. He already knew what to expect. So that happens. That's part of archery.
Okay.
So your bronze medal winner, confirmed, Alexander Pansuru.
Can we go? We late.
And you know, both those shooters I thought were pretty quick shooters. I mean, we weren't really looking at the clock. They just had a lot of determination, a lot of confidence, I think, in their shots.
That's true. That's true. You could definitely see that. They just got up and shot their arrows. There wasn't any hesitation from either one of them. Adam started off a little rough. It started getting zeroed in there at the end, and the Ukrainian archer started off hitting them in the middle early on. I think that practice, that experience of the team round competition can be a help sometimes. There you see the Ukrainian team. Victor Rubin, Olympic gold medalist from 2008, along with some of his teammates.
Team from Ukraine having a good time here, supporting their archers, and they're not done because there's more to come. Here's a look at your bronze medalist and his shooting style, form, and that look. Something you don't often get to do when you're at your home range, that's for sure.
I remember one of the first times I shot in a big world championship where they had the Jumbotron there. I went to pull back the bow and I saw this big movement and I thought it was a bird or an airplane going by I wasn't used to seeing that movement in the corner of my field of view.
We're getting ready for the Recurve Junior Men's gold medal match.
Чекай, я свою фігню.
Targets are being set, brand new, fresh, clean targets. And then we'll be ready for our final Recurve Junior match of the tournament.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the athletes to the field for the Recurve Men's Junior Gold Medal Match. Shooting for the gold medal on target number 2, please welcome from Ukraine, Ivan Kozakar. Here comes his opponent. Shooting for the gold medal, representing Turkey, Mete Gazos. Set plays under the supervision of World Archery International judge, Mr. Ahmed Rashidi, will be deciding which of these shooters will take the gold.
So the stage is set for the Recurve Junior Men's Gold Medal match, and we have two incredible archers on stage right now as we take a look at how they got to the gold medal match. Up top you have Mete Gazos, who is our #1 qualifier, who shot a 594. And as for Ivan Kozakar, he was able to defeat Adam Height 6-0 to get into this gold medal match. Now, Mete Gazos is quite the story, shooting for gold last year in the European World Championships. 2016, actually, he represented Turkey in the Olympics. He's only 18 years old.
Harika. Var nişan ya. Nişan ya şimdi bu önemli değil. Hadi bakalım.
Interesting eight. We saw Ivan Koskar earlier on in the team matches, and he was actually shooting the bottom target and shot quite a number of tens during that time.
Dört, üç,
2 seconds on the clock remaining.
2 seconds. So Mete gets it going.
öne gidiyorsun. O yüzden güç alamıyorsun ya da sağlamsın.
And 9.
Hadi bitirelim.
So 8-9, 8-9 for each, 17 points so far.
Влево-вниз.
Interesting
Güzel.
that
Devam et sağ tarafa.
Coast Guard grabs a couple of clicks.
Devam et sağ tarafa.
Второй хороший был, такой же был.
Dört, üç.
Good shot by Mete Gazos.
Aferin. Biraz herhalde ışıktan dolayı. Nerede işte? Sağ.
First 2 set points will go to Mete Gazos, our #1 qualifier. So Gazos really is quite the story.
Теперь возвращать будем?
The Turkish archer, we mentioned 18 years old. I mean, he's ranked 27th in the world in World Archery right now. He's had 34 matches that he's competed in World Archery. He's won 16 of those, so about 47%. He has a 9.1 point arrow average over his career in World Archery. The reason he started archery is because his father is an archer. And Mete is a student, and he lives in Istanbul. So he's a very interesting story. A young man, 17 years old, gets to go to the Olympics to represent his country and had a great time. He's always with a big smile on his face. You know, if you want to learn more about this archer, you can definitely go to World Archery's YouTube channel and just do a search for Mete Gazos, and you'll see how much fun he has as a young man in the sport of archery. All right. Being down 2 set points, Ivan will start us off. Great shot. He's able to get those larger diameter arrows working for him in this indoor tournament.
Hala uzun, o yüzden dışarıda geziyor aklacık. Biraz kısaltmak lazım. Hadi iyi bir atış yapalım.
Чуть влево, Вань. Это было долго. Первый хороший, попозже давай.
Slight lead for Ivan. Nice shot.
Bunu hızlı istiyorum.
Второй стоял.
Devam et sağda.
Catching that line. So it looks like 28-29 the score in this one. So now we go to all even in set points, 2-2.
Hand. Target 2.
For this particular tournament,
10, 9, 10.
yep, all scores confirmed. It's a replay of Ivan Kosikar from the Ukraine. We talked about him earlier on in the day, actually having that eye closed Be interesting to get to know this athlete a little bit more and find out if that was how he learned or if he is left eye dominant but a right-handed shooter and just needs to get that eye closed so he can get his aiming done. Been shooting a couple years.
Так как начинал серию делать.
The right-handed shooter, ranked 314th in World Archery competition, but after this one, his ranking's definitely going up. In this particular competition, Ivan had a 9.174 point arrow average in qualifications, where he qualified third. But now it's back to our #1 qualifier for this gold medal Recurve Junior Men's match.
Hala sağdayız. Al artık. Al sola gitsin.
Чуть влево вниз, Вань, долго было сейчас.
He likes that part of that 10 ring.
Подыши.
Mete back on the clickers on his sight to adjust where he's aiming. Close one.
That one's close. Judge is probably going to have to take a look at that.
Тяни, Ваня, тяни. Что это было вообще? Подыши.
Good shot with plenty of time left on the clock. For Mete.
Сразу назад.
İhtimalle oraya bakıyorsun mesela şeyden çıkan dolayı.
So we do have an asterisk on that middle arrow. So when the judges come out, we'll take a listen. Is pretty sure for Gazos, 9-9-10 is going to be the score, but we'll wait to hear from
Target
Koshikov.
1, 9, 9, 10. Target 2. Oh, I must get in, ladies.
Что будем делать, а? Две последние на час.
Take a look at that replay. Wait for the call from the judge. That's the arrow in question.
Target 2. 10, 10, 9.
All right, so that 9's overturned into a 10. So that's going to go full set point score to Ivan Koshikov.
Notice the Ukrainian archers shooting the larger aluminum shafts.
Yep.
To presumably try to grab more lines to get more line calls, while the Turkish archer is shooting the smaller carbon shaft that's very versatile for indoors and outdoor competitions. The carbon shaft is the preferred shaft for outdoors. A smaller diameter is more wind resistant, but here at the Indoor World Championships, wind is not a factor.
Then, Vic, why wouldn't everyone just go shoot a larger diameter arrow then?
Some of them like to keep the smaller diameter arrows so they don't have to change over their setup back and forth as they go throughout the year. They can keep the consistent feel between their indoor and outdoor setup. Or if they have something that's just shooting well, they don't want to change it.
Down 2 set points. Mete Gazos trying to mount a comeback.
Bitir sağ tarafta. Güven kendine. Devam et. Aferin, işte böyle biterse ortaya gider.
If you shoot them in the middle like that, it doesn't matter how big or small the arrow is.
That's so true.
Хорош.
There's the answer.
10 выше, Вань.
Mete trying to stay alive. Ivan trying to close it off.
Düz çıksın yani. Aferin, işte böyle. Bravo, bravo. Güzel.
Very active crowd here in Yankton.
Отлично.
Beautiful.
Devam.
Definitely seeing a gold medal performance this end.
İyi geldin. Yay düz çıksın.
Beautiful.
All those 10s, that's what you like to see.
It's all he can do to stay alive.
Lazım lan.
Wow, split the set. What shooting. 30 apiece.
This is the type of shooting you like to see in a gold medal match.
Target 1.
Хорошо,
10, 10, 10.
Confirmation for Mete.
So the Turkish archer now needs to win this
Target
next set
2.
to force a tie break.
10,
If he ties,
10.
then he's out.
Okay, so Mete Gazos. He knows what's at stake in this competition. He's been on the highest stage in the world level before, been in gold medal matches in outdoor competition for World Archery, European Championships, and the Olympics. So can Mete Gazos force a shoot-off?
Ваня также активно, понял?
You know, all he can do is shoot 30, 30, 30. Or shoot 10, 10, 10, 10 for 30 points. That's all he can do. So we're hanging on every point for what could be the final set of the Recurve Junior Men's Gold Medal match.
Подыши.
İyi geldi, bravo.
Одним
What a
движением
start.
мало пошел.
At the same hole he put the last one in?
I think so. He's in a groove. So is Ivan. That's going to be a judge's call there.
Devam et. Дыши, дыши. Нормально.
Dört, üç. Güzel.
Under pressure with
Elini
time
daha
running
kısa
down.
istiyorum, böyle
3
istemiyorum,
seconds
aynen.
left on the clock and he shoots a
Biz
10.
yatış yapalım.
Отлично.
Boom.
Yatış
Fist
yapalım,
bump from
bununla
him as
uğraş.
well, Ivan.
Хороший был.
Here we go. This could be for the gold medal.
Güzel, aferin.
He delivers.
Aferin.
Mete's done all he can do in the last couple of sets.
Kazanmak istiyorsak hak edeceğiz. Aferin.
So it may come down to a line call on this.
It is. The first arrow is 9 asterisks, so we've got to just listen in on the judge's call on this one. This call could
Target
be
1. 10, 10, 10.
confirmation for Mete.
Target 2. Excuse me. Please step back.
Wait for the scoreboard and the judge's call. Will determine whether we actually have a shoot-off.
Выбери стрелок.
Target 2. 9, 10, 10.
Wow.
9.
So confirmation that it is a 9. That means we are going to a shoot-off.
We got a shoot off. Closest to the middle. Everything comes down to this one arrow.
A gold medal performance. Vic Wonderly, you called it just a couple of sets ago. And Mete Gazos able to claw his way back into this match. They will reset with brand new targets. Oh boy, 18-year-old Ivan Kosakar going up against a very
Вань,
experienced
среднюю мишень.
and happy 18-year-old Mete Gazos. To be able to call yourself world champion for the next 2 years, well, you can call yourself a world champion forever, really, but you get to carry the title with no one displacing you for 2 years, as the World Archery Indoor Championships happen every couple of years.
All these years and months and days of practice coming down to one arrow.
Incredible to think
Hak ettiğini aldın.
how old these archers are. So actually look at the both for Mete and Ivan. You know, Mete's 18 years old, so the next time this tournament rolls around, he can still shoot in the juniors if he wants to. Same with Ivan. Because in 2 years they'll be 18 years old. But it's all about this moment right now. One arrow, closest to the center, wins it all. And all the pressure of standing on the top of the podium, it comes down to this one shot.
Çok uzatmayacağız. Devam et. Yer yüz çıksın.
It's a 10.
But
a little room, not a lot.
Wow! There is no question about that shot.
That is a gold medal winning shot right there if I've seen one.
What an incredible arrow, putting it almost as center as you can possibly put it. I thought for a moment, Vic, that, that the bigger, larger diameter arrow would have an advantage in the shoot-off, but it didn't even come into play as Ivan Kosekar takes victory as closest to the center in his shoot-off and wins gold here in Yankton, South Dakota for the Recurve Junior men's individual matches, with the silver medal going to Mete Gazos.
I bet he'll be saving that target if he can. Hang that one on his wall for some memories.
Oh, my God. No doubt. That was incredible. So we await the ceremony coming up. Let's take a look at the final rankings here. Vic, Kosekar, Mete Gazos, and Pansaru are going to be your top three. As we take a look down the list, you can see great action here in Yankton for the Recurve Junior men. Look at the highlights, Vic. What do you see?
That was definitely an amazing shot that he finished up with. Hitting a 10, not only a 10, just about as perfect centered as you can. That's the way you want to win a world championship right there. Both these archers were very relaxed and confident for what they were doing and the pressure they were under. You see the excitement on his face there when he knows that he's won the gold.
Incredible shot. He'll remember that one for a long time. Podium ceremony on deck, but first, a look at South Dakota.
Come find adventure, find some fun. Find yourself memories for everyone. For everyone takes me away. It's a getaway feeling. Seeing is believing. Great places, South Dakota. Like no other waits for you. Waits for you. Wide open spaces, dreams come true. Dreams come true. Takes me away. It's a getaway feeling. Seeing is believing. Great places, South Dakota.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the newly played the Governor of the State of South Dakota, Dennis Dugard.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone watching on television. Thank you so much for coming to Yankton, South Dakota for the World Archery Indoor Championships. I want to say a special welcome to the hundreds of athletes and trainers and visitors and the media, all the folks that came to Yankton, South Dakota to this wonderful complex to see such fine archers. Many of you have traveled a long distance, 35 countries represented here at this championship, and we're very grateful to sponsor it and host it here in South Dakota, land of great faces and great places. I also want to thank the many volunteers. The people of Yankton, South Dakota really stepped up, and I hope the athletes and everyone who are visiting from afar felt the hospitality that we tried to give you here in Yankton, South Dakota. I also want to say a special thanks to Bruce Cull, who leads the National Field Archery Association, whose headquarters are here, and who really is responsible for leading the completion of a complex such as this. Both the outdoor fields and the indoor arenas here are all a consequence of his hard work and dedication. We also have Greg Easton from the Easton Foundation, and you'll see their name everywhere here because of their financial support as well. Thank you all for coming to South Dakota. We look forward to welcoming you back for another archery competition in the not too distant future. Welcome to South Dakota. Enjoy your stay.
We would like to thank the state of South Dakota for such great support. Our local volunteers have done a wonderful job this week in making this a memorable event. And now it's time to get to the final ceremonies for the morning session. Ladies and gentlemen, victory ceremony for the Recurve Junior men. Medals will be presented by the National Field Archery Association Foundation President, Bruce Cull. Gifts will be presented by First Dakota Branch Administration Director, Mark Mooney. Bronze medal representing Ukraine. Alexander Pansryu. Silver medal representing Turkey. Mete Gazos. Gold medal representing Ukraine. Ivan Kozaka. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem of Ukraine. Please congratulate our athletes. Thank you to all teams for participating this morning. Hope to see you back here this afternoon for the Recurve finals, for the Recurve teams and the individual matches. See you later today.
Well, great statements by Russia and Ukraine here today in the junior, and Vic Wonderly. It was quite a match. Many matches we saw here today.
We saw some extraordinary shooting here today at a wonderful place, facility, some great volunteers, and we have more coming up this afternoon with the senior recurve division and the compounds tomorrow. So more excitement to come.
We sure do. It'll be 2 o'clock local time for us. We will have the seniors shooting off in recurve, and it's going to be exciting. So a lot of young names to watch in recurve archery happen right here at Indoor. It's the 2018 World Archery Indoor Championships from Yankton, South Dakota. Thanks for joining us. For Vic, I'm Greg, and we'll be back later on in the day to bring you more great action.